into week 3 of our current Pilates block. Fred says hi. He felt a bit left out, especially as I made a mistake in last week's email, because last week's muscle was the sartorius muscle. However, I've emailed you all the information about the erector spinae, so you might have read up on it already. So Fred, would you like to help us? Okay, that's going well. Okay, obviously he's not doing very well at all. He's just been stood in the corner, not doing any Pilates classes at all. Hence, well, you see what's happening. You know, if you don't do Pilates regularly, your arm will just fall off. Okay, so Fred will swivel around. Hopefully nothing else will fall off. There we go. Okay, so the erector spinae muscle, we've got 3 of them, and they're obviously in the back, and as it says, they're keeping the spine upright. So they have got the function of keeping the spine upright and to extend the spine. So extension is anything from here, coming upright, holding yourself upright, extending the spine backwards. But we also use them as stabilizers. So today we're going to do some really good exercises about stabilizing your erector spinae, but also mobilizing. So the 3 that you've got is your iliocostalis, so he sits on the outside, sort of there. I hope you can sort of see that. There. Actually, I'll do the other side, because then it makes more sense for me. Iliocostalis, yeah, comes from your ilium, down here. Remember, I for ilium. Then you've got your longissimus, that one goes all the way from the sacrum into the neck. Longissimus, because it's the longest. And then you've got your spinalis, which is a little bit shorter and just sort of sits here, quite close to the spine. So we've done this in class intensively, because you remembered ILS, which was an abbreviation for I like spaghetti, and somebody changed it for me to I like socks, okay? So you can remember it that way, or basically just remember that there's 3 muscles that are your erector spinae. Okay, Fred can watch the class today, I suppose. There we go. You'll need a stretchy band and a strap. Okay, so let's start facing forward, feet nice and parallel, soften the knees. And we're just going to start on our pelvic tilts. And obviously, you know, you work on your pelvic floor and your tummy, but I want you to think about your erector spinae muscles and see whether you can lengthen them. So make more room in between each vertebra. And you might have noticed there's an absence of Steve. I was just going to say I've replaced Steve with Fred. No, Steve's on an errand today that he really had to do, so it's just me and Fred. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Okay, excellent. I'm going to go sideways. So we're going to do a few more, building up from what we've done last week. Stay nice and tucked under, lengthen, rolling down. Have that sensation of lengthening the spine first without raising the shoulders up, and then rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Be thankful if no limbs fall off. Straighten legs at the bottom. Bend them lower than before, zip up and hollow, and roll up. We're going to float the arms to the side straight away. And come down. Soft knees, we're going to do gentle spinal rotation, roll down to one side of the body. Come to the center and roll back up. Again, floating the arms up. Optional, you can add your eyes. So again, think about lengthening the spine. And I'm going to do one more, turning to the other side. But making sure your hips stay forward and the knees track forwards as well. Coming back to center and rolling up. Floating arms up, rise, long spine. So the spine's long, but you pull the shoulder blades down so you've got those stretches or thought patterns in opposite directions. Rolling down the middle again. And then place your hands on the floor, walk yourself forward so you come to 4-point kneeling. You keep the toes curled under or extend them, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do the kitten, so rocking forwards and backwards. Mainly forwards is good because then your core really needs to switch on. Again, lengthening your spine. Try to be the flattest tabletop that you can and imagine the distance from sacrum to the top of the head is increasing. But you're rocking forwards and backwards, but you've got a string attached either side. So you're being stretched longer and longer and longer. Okay, curling toes back under. Walk yourself back and roll up. Okay, floating arms up and rise. To swiftly roll back down. Oh, my feet are rather wide. So you can either repeat the kitten or you can go into press-up position. So I'm extending one leg backwards, nothing's changed. So imagine your vertebra going all the way to your heel, so everything's long. Take the second leg up and we rock forwards and backwards. And if that's too hard, remember you've got the option, just do the kitten instead. Knees back down and rolling back up. And we're just going to do one last one. Walking forwards. We'll start off with a few kittens. Lengthen. I just felt my head drooping down. Either keep doing the kitten, or if you feel ready, come into your press-up position. Rocking forwards and backwards. Or if you've got any super hardcore heroes, you can also do this in your plank position. Making sure the bum's level. It's also good for the toes. And the shoulders and everything. So we just really have activated the tummy muscles, the internal core. Let's come back up to standing, so knees down, rolling up, floating arms up, rise. Okay, excellent. I think we're going to do our side bends and spinal rotation stood up today. Yes, it does say standing, very good. So let's do a nice and easy one. Hands to prayer position and rotate from side to side. Oh, I think all this press up business got my pulse right up. I can feel my heart pounding. Okay, let's make this slightly harder. Let's balance on one leg. Try and tuck under, and then we're going to repeat the spiral rotation. If that's too hard, just keep the toes down. And now let's try the other foot. And I did say try, didn't I? One side's always easier. And the last one. Okay, foot back down. And we're going to go for side bend. Keep the arms in the same position. So think about lengthening your spine erector and bending up and over to the side. And recover. Let's try this one with the elbows slightly raised. So not totally high, that it makes your shoulders come up, but rather than just there, just engage them. It opens your shoulder blades. So think long spine. And then the extra challenge, stand on one leg. It's so gonna be difficult. Yep. And then try the other side. I did say try again. Excellent. Feet down. Grab your stretchy band or tights. The strap might work as well. So you can, now let's have the feet in Pilates stance. I'm just going to float the arms up. That's it. Soft knees, long spine. Apply a little bit of tension. You don't need to pull like mad. Just a little bit of tension. Pull, again, pull shoulder blades down, that lengthen your spine. And spinal rotation. One more each time. And float your arms down. Guess what? Same thing with side bend. So good posture, a little bit of tension, bending to the side. One more each side. I'm going a bit fast today. It's because I recorded all the arm exercises, so my body is still on speed mode. And float down. Okay, we're going to combine the spinal rotation with the side bend and some forward flexion. So, bend knees, a little bit of tension, rotate to the side. So the hips are still forward. From there, go into your side bend, increase the stretch, and then you're going to come to forward flexion as if you're bending forward over a big barrel. So just imagine the barrel is here, so you're going to bend up and over. And then from there, lengthen the spine and coming back up. And spinal rotation into side bend. Stretch the bend. Up and over the barrel, bend your knees a little bit more, and then lengthen to come back up. Float back down. Going to do 2 more rounds of that, so floating up, rotate, into side bend, stretch more, up and over the barrel as you bend your knees, tuck under more, lengthen the spine, coming up, and rotate, bending to the side, stretch the bend, up and over the barrel, lengthen the spine, and come back up. And one more round. That's really hard. Whew. Floating up and rotate. Side bend. Stretch more. Over the barrel. Once you're over the barrel, stretch more. And lengthen spine. and come back up. Rotate, side bend, stretch, up and over the barrel, stretch more, bring it closer together, lengthen through the spine, and coming upright, and float back down, and relax. Right, I'll have a quick look at the clever book. We're going to go down to the floor. Right, we're going to do the needle. So we have done the ordinary needle where we just do the arm. Okay. We've done the needle where we have opposite leg backwards. So this week we're going to have the same leg as arm, but it's not going backwards, it's going to go slightly diagonal. Okay? And we're just going to do 6 on each side. Here we go. So lengthen, spinally rotate. So you get a lot further around with that leg up. So try and bring your chest up towards the ceiling and keep looking at the fingertips. And then threading through. And again, you get a wider range of movement, so try and get the shoulder blade right on the ground. And the second one. You can also push that hip up, maybe place the heel down, see whatever you need to do so you get a nice stretch across your hip flexors as well. That's it. And threading through. And the third one. Pushing hips forward, chest to the ceiling, nice relaxed long neck, and through. Don't forget to breathe, and breathing in. Exhale. I think that leaves us 2 more. From there, you could try lifting this leg off the ground or pointing the foot or stretching the leg away. So hips push forward, stretch the leg away. And come through. Now if anybody's able to lift this leg off the ground in this position. No. Superheroes, last one. So stretching everything away from you. Really engaged through the underneath arm as well. And threading through. Okay, so here's one for the contortionists. Move the other arm up. There we go. Second side. Okay, so legs diagonally backwards. And opening up. Chest to the ceiling. And then we'll put the heel down if you want. Do whatever you need to do with the leg to get a good stretch in your hip flexor. And threading through. And it feels very different on this side. Yeah, so if it feels very different on one side from the other, maybe just by moving the leg an inch hither or thither will make all the difference. That's better. That's the third one. Necklace. Pardon me. That's never happened before. Fourth one. And fifth one. So for this one, if you want, you can lift that leg off the ground. It's amazing. I feel like I can't lift this leg off the ground at all. But on the other side, it just flew up. Stretch it away. There we go. Managed. And the last one. So really milk this one. Still with this necklace today, that normally doesn't happen. Stretch, lengthen, lift if you want. And threading through. And then optional, get the other arm up and point it as far out as you can. And recover. Good, so you had quite a lot of needling variation there. Okay, so we're going to do flat back stretch. So I don't know whether you've got anywhere to hang on. A chair will do, or kitchen table, window ledge, depends where you are. So you might want to pause the recording and take me with you. So you can do a flat back stretch. Bring the feet closer. Just make sure you've got a really solid kitchen table if you do this on the kitchen table. And then just let the spine hang out and just wiggle from side to side. Feeling the length in between each vertebra. Yeah. So in this case, you really are stretching your erector spine. And then bending the knees and release. Bring the legs a little closer in. Obviously this doesn't work very well on the chair, but just do as good as you can. Curve your spine as much as you can. If you've got a partner at home, you can do this holding on to hands instead of the bar. So including another family member into the exercise routine. Might also work on the door handles if you have one either side. Sure, that'll work. Okay, excellent. That was the stretching out part. Now let's strengthen them. So I'm going to straddle my mat because that's probably a really good width. So I can parallel myself around it. So depending on your forward flexion, you're either going to have straight legs or bent legs. So I'm going to do it with straight legs. So hinging from the hips forward into tabletop position. Okay, so you've lengthened all this out. Now remember, if you're quite stiff, you might be here in a diagonal rather than in a flat back. Rather than in a tabletop. But imagine you've got that broomstick up your back, so you want to be wherever you are so that you're straight. Okay? And then we're just going to pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bend the knees, place hands on thighs, and then curve yourself into that naughty dog shape again and roll. Going to do that twice more. So optional, keep your hands here. I'm going to bring my arms to the side because that makes it harder. It's a longer lever. And the third one, I'm going to extend my arms forward. Yeah, so I'd rather have you working here than arms to the side and being all hunchbacked. Or the worst one is up here because that makes it really hunched. Yeah, so if you feel yourself hunching, put the hands here. Here we go, second right. So hunching forward. And we're going to take our 16 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hands on thighs, bend, and do the naughty dog. And then roll up. Put the arms into your scapular engagement position. Tuck under. Lift your chest to the ceiling so you're now in a full back extension. Not full back extension, upper back extension. Yeah? Not just upright, we are actually extending backwards. Extending, not back bending. And last one, so hinging forwards again. Find your arm position. Oh, this is so much harder. 16 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tummy in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hands on thighs. Naughty dog. And rolling up. And again, you could have your hands here, upper back extension. You could have your arms to the side, or you could bring your arms up, but they want to be in line with your shoulders rather than being here. I'm not very good at this because it feels like my head's falling off, so there's obviously far too much not happening there. There we go. Whew. Can you feel your backs? I can. Excellent. We're going to go down to the floor. So we've done our single leg extensions. I like doing this with my feet on the floor because it's more slippery. Okay, so lying down. That's nice. And let's just start with a few nice, simple imprints. And your core muscles have already very clearly said hello to you today. Okay, stay imprinted, bring feet, knees, thighs together. I'm just going to start with single leg extension. Sliding one leg away, keeping the imprint position. And recover. Squeeze the legs together as they meet and greet again. It's really important to squeeze the legs together because it engages your core more, and you're also working your thighs obviously. So optional, use the other arm, the opposite arm. So this is about your coordination. Squeeze. And what we added on last week was a slight lift of the ground. So we'll do that on the next round. So you're still imprinted. Just drift the heel off the ground a little bit. Place it back down and recover. And then try single leg in both arms. And what we could add on then is both legs, both arms. I'm rubbish at this, but I'm going to give it a go. Yep, this is as far as I can go. And I think I'm going to flex my feet to come back. Yeah. So I like it for the way out, but to come in, I prefer actually stepping back in. Because by trying to slide back in, I'm just losing my posture. So be sensible, just observe. Unless you've got a really slippery floor, I'm also starting to arch, so I've got slightly too much. So less might be more. I think for me personally, I'm going to go back to one-legged because I get more benefit out of it. I'm just going to do two more. Excellent. Bring your knees into your chest and rock forwards and backwards. And side to side. Make the most out of that nice pause. And then circle our legs apart and together. Okay, next exercise is the hip roll. So I'm going to talk you through all the easy options again, but we've got another big add-on today. So you could have the legs on the floor together and just do one leg openings. Yeah, so it's all about keeping the pelvis stable. You could keep the legs together and bring both legs to one side, rotating the opposite direction. Make sure you imprint as you come back. We could go to double knee fold with the legs together. And there we had options, two different ones. Bringing the knees closer to your shoulders as you rotate. So let's do that one more time. If it's too hard, just go side to side. So as you rotate, bring the knees closer to the opposite shoulder. Feels like this wants to click in a moment. And I had the reverse of this. So extending the legs a little bit further away. Oh, that's hard in a different sort of way. One more time. Really good for the obliques if you go further away. Oh. Okay, have a little pause. Now we've also done the top leg extension, and what we're going to add on today is the second leg extension. That was so much fun. Right, so back to double knee fold. So you can either go to the side, then extend the leg. Coming back in. Rotate. Extend. Coming back. Or you can extend it straight away as you go. But I think it's actually harder to rotate first and then extend. And again, then you've got your options of just bringing the knees closer. So as you extend, bring the knees closer. Rotate, extend and bring knees closer. And then the reverse. Rotate, extend away. And rotate, extend away from you. Or you might be just for the very simple option. So let's add the second leg. So rotate, first leg, second leg, and come back in. Oh, that's fun. And rotate. Top leg, underneath leg, stretching your spine away. And again, you can try and bring your legs closer. Good luck with that. And top leg, bottom leg, and coming back in. Got to make the noise. Top leg, bottom leg. Oh, just one more each side. So I'm going to try the one where I extend away. Rotate. Top leg, bottom leg. Oh dear, that's hard. Yeah, if it makes you arch, that's no good. Last one. Top leg, bottom leg. And come back in. And relax. Whew, I've slid out off the mat. And stretch your arms out. Okay, moving on to some leg stuff. So get your strap. Okay, so we're going to do the Greek sandals straight away. I've totally slid it, haven't I? There we go. So, behind the heel, across the front, towards the little toe, underneath the ball of the foot. And then the other one can go underneath the ball of the foot as well, or wherever it goes. Yeah? There we go. Lying down. Okay, just take an easy stretch. So, just extend extending the back of the knee and flexing the foot and release. That's normally what we've done seated upright the last 2 sessions. So just focus on extending the back of the knee, flexing the foot, release, and extending back of the knee, flex the foot, release, and one more, and then we're going to hold it. Extend back of the knee, flex foot, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release, and we're going to do that stretch one more time. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. So don't stretch it too much, you know you're going to hold for 30 seconds. So back of the leg, flex, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Release the foot. Yeah, so just really feeling that connection from the hamstring into the calf. Okay, just circling round. Just oiling the hip joint. And the other way around. Okay, stretching the hamstrings. So we want to turn the leg in, so toes forward. Bring the leg forward as much as you can. You should feel a nice stretch along the side. Making sure you keep your bum on the ground. Come back, turn it parallel, float the leg closer towards you. And turning in, cross over to the side, keeping the turn in, bum stays down, come back, parallel, float towards you. And turning in, crossing over, coming back, parallel, float closer. And turning in, cross over, coming back, parallel. Now we're going to hold it. So turn in, cross over, and stay. So really focus on keeping that opposite bum cheek down. I'm like putting my thumb into the fold of the hip because you can actually push the hip down a little bit. And again, it's lengthening through the back of the knee, allowing the leg to come over to the side. So you're stretching your whole lateral side, your IT band, probably bits of your TFL. It's sort of difficult corner on the side there. There's loads of muscles meeting and it gets very tight. And then coming to the center, turn it parallel and long stretch towards you. Just breathe into the stretch and then very gently extend the underneath leg away from you. Imagine yourself in the splits position. My leg's actually shaking. Just breathe. And then release the strap, fold the knee in. And rearrange your strap to the other side. Okay, so behind the heel, crossing over from the inside to the outside towards the little toe, and then round the ball of your foot. Reclining. Okay, stretching through the back of the knee, flexing the foot, and release. Back of the knee, flexing the foot, toes to nose, and release. Again, back of the knee, toes to nose, of the knee, hold it for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. So now you've tuned in to what the pain levels are. You're going to hold for 30 seconds. So back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well done. Release and just circle around. And change direction. Okay, big stretch. So, turning it in, pulling it across, come back, parallel, bring it closer. I've got no internal rotation on this side whatsoever. Turning it in, I'm saying turning it in, but there's not much happening. And cross it over, and bring it back, parallel, bring it closer to you, and go, turning it in, cross over, come back, parallel, bring closer. 2 more times. In, cross, out, and closer. In, and we're going to stay. So keeping that bum cheek on the floor, so don't want to see any of that, that's different. Bum cheek stays down, rotate the leg in as much as you can, and pull the leg over as much as you can. So this area here, you've got your glute muscles going there, your TFL passes there, and all your other abductors go there as well. So it's sort of like a really heavy junction, so it does get incredibly tight. IT bend comes out of there as well. Good, coming back to the center, turn it parallel and float the leg towards you. Length through the back of the knee. And just breathe. And then allow the underneath leg to extend. Getting all the tension out of the neck and the shoulders. And relax. Good. Take the strap out. I think that's the end of page 1. It is indeed. Okay, hip flexors. So, it's a mean one today. So, we're going to start off with proposal position. Curl the toes under. Tuck under as much as you can. And simply come off the ground a little bit. Now, you might find this really hard, you might have to hold on to something. And we're just going to do 16 pulses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Lower the knee back down and curl the toes. The other foot forward, and we're going to do 6 circles in each direction. And changing the opposite way. Okay, stretching yourself nice and long. Now we did this last week, If you're loose enough, you can do your quad stretch from here. However, you might have to lie down sideways. So whichever leg was the backwards leg is the one that needs to come up for your quad stretch. Okay, so take your options. Just float the leg forward, tuck under, and float it back. If you do the sideways lying option. I mean, the other one's great, but it sort of has the danger of cramping hamstrings. So on this side, I'm going to do the sideways one. When we swap legs, I'm going to stick with the other side, so you've got a visual for each. Okay, and then push the knee down to the ground and up. And at the same time, you want to tuck under as much as possible and see whether your leg will float further backwards. And another really good one is then underneath here, comes on top of the knee. And release. Swapping to the other side. Which side have I done? That one. Okay. So we're going to come to the proposals. Tucking under. Lifting the knee off. And 16 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, or the nearest option. And then lunging forwards. 6 circles in each direction. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. Changing direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you might want to lie sideways for your quad stretch. If not, then just grab the foot. So you want to keep your hip pushing forward. So don't, I know sometimes we have to come back to grab the foot, but it's more important to get the hip forward rather than the heel to bum. I mean, ideally both, but you know, in measure. Try the other hand, I find that easier. Do the sock version. Okay, great. Let's do our inner thighs, although I have been working quite a bit as well. So, coming to parallel stance, as wide as you can. You're going to have the arms to the side and you're just going to bend, so you should be feeling a stretch in this inner thigh. We're going to hinge forward and come back, straighten legs to change. I'm going to have to take my socks off, I'm sliding. There we go. Actually, I'm pulling the mat apart. I might just do that without the mat. There we go. So, start that again. So, hinging to one side, or lunging to one side, making sure everything stays parallel. Hinging forward, recover, and other side. Oh, this side's much tighter. Forward. So again, think about lengthening your spine. We're going to be an aeroplane now. So here, and then aeroplane your chest to one side, and aeroplane your chest to the other side. Come back to center, and up. Change legs. And hinging forwards, aeroplane, and aeroplane, center, and up. Oh, that's round one. We're going to turn the leg out in the direction that we're going, and lunge, and hinge. Let's do a few aeroplanes there, because otherwise the rearranging of the feet is a bit weird. One more time. Forward and flying around one way, flying around the other way, come to the middle and swap feet. So point, turn out in the direction that you want to go. Lunging in, hinging forwards, and fly away. Coming up, one more time. Okay, 2 more rounds. Okay, keep the feet where they are, so you've got a parallel leg in the direction that you're going, the other one's turned out. Lunge, oh God, this is so hard, there literally is no lunge. And hinging forwards, and yep. Much smaller movement here. One more time. It's really hard to keep this leg parallel as well, isn't it? And it does good things for the ankle of the other foot. Rearrange feet, so parallel, turned out, but turned out in a manner that you can keep your hips square. Yeah, so that might be smaller. And lunge, and hinge, and fly. Oh, this side's much easier. How's that? And more parallel, that's what it is. There we go. One more time. Still easier. Whew. And then the last round, both legs turned out. So I'll have my legs quite wide, yours might be closer together. So lunging to one side, hinging forward, and fly. And again. It's these things you work out on paper and then you actually do them, you realise how hard they are. Last time. And hinge and fly. Yeah, I know, this is my strong standing side, that's why this is much easier. Last one. Oh, very good. We're going to go to the floor. And the good news is, this is the last exercise. Okay, so it's more aeroplaning. So we're going to go from the dart, which we've done last week. So that's front line dart, rotating through aeroplane, and then we're going to come into a star shape. So bring the arms all the way up. So you can just practice the tracking of the arms, either kneeling or kneeling upright. So palms would be shining up to the ceiling for your dart position. Then you rotate to bring the arms down to the floor. And then little finger leads round for your start position. Okay, so from the front that will be looking like, which is the same as your scapular engagement. It doesn't really matter which way around the arms are, but for the dart we're here. And then you rotate to come to the side. And this is not your Pilates side, this is your arms behind you. And then rotating. Oh, just that by itself is killer. Let's try it lying on our fronts then. Okay, so just put your head where it's comfortable and find your comfortable leg position and wiggle from side to side. And then there's just a few zip up and hollows just to establish that. And release. I haven't said zip up and hollow very often this time. Okay, so we're going to do 6 dart aeroplane stars. You might decide just to do the star or only go to aeroplane. You know, just listen to your body, just giving you options. So here we go, breathing in, exhale, zip up on hollow, and dart, aeroplane, star. And good swim back down, that's it. So come can possibly talk whilst I'm doing this. That was the third one. 3 more. Obviously applying all the things we've learned previously, so making sure that the shoulders come off, hands are off, you're pulling down. Perfect dart into aeroplane, into star. I've got my head up too far. Last one. And relax. Just wiggle from side to side. The good news is this was the last exercise. There's no bad news. We're just going to do a little relaxation. Okay, so just come back to extended charge pose, or the swan. And then come to lie on your backs. Just let the legs fall wherever they're comfortable and the arms as well. Do all wiggles and jiggles, make sure that everything's comfortable and your shoulder blades sticking out. There we go. Okay, so just wiggle your bum from side to side, or actually it's not your bum, it's your hips, isn't it? And then walk your hips forwards and backwards, so you're pushing one leg away from you and then the other one. You do that in a sort of sense of imprinting. And then push both legs away and relax them. Just let them fall where they want to be. Okay, then we're going to do something similar with our arms, so turn them inwards and outwards. Just let them go wherever they want to do. My elbow sort of bounces back. You can also let your shoulders come off the floor and whoop. So shoulders off the floor and flatten. Shoulders off and flatten, off and flatten, off and flatten, and just let them be rearranged. And then very gently roll your head from side to side. And make that smaller and smaller until in the middle there's no more head movement left. Okay, and we're just going to focus a little bit on breathing into your belly. So just let the belly button expand towards the ceiling. You just need to send your intention to expanding upwards. It doesn't have to be a huge expansion, just where you focus your breath. And then to exhale, just let the air fall out. There's nothing you need to do for this. It automatically follows gravity. And if you can, we want to try, let's say, breathe in for 4 and exhale for 6. So you do your own counting, whatever feels comfortable. I'm actually focused into the ticking of the clock. That works very well for me. And then let your breathing come back to whatever it wants to do. And just stretch your arms above you, imagine you're in bed and this is your early morning stretch. Wiggle and jiggle. So I'm just going to leave you there. You can either stay on the floor and have a little snooze or curl over, or you can just stand up and get on with your day. So if you're snoozing, they're just going to be quiet for a little bit, so you can have a nice snooze. And I'll see you next week.